Hello, my name is Rachel Poe, and this is my PowerPoint on the consequences of climate change. How does climate change impact landscapes on a global scale? Today's changing climate will affect physical landscape processes around the world. In many cases, those effects are already being seen in rising sea levels, rapid permafrost thaw, accelerated coastal erosion, increasingly severe drought and flooding, and more frequent and intense wildfire, just to name a few. Coastal erosion. More storms and higher seas from climate change create more winds, waves, and floods, leading to coastal erosion. Hurricanes can wash away sandy barrier islands, leaving coastal lines and islands unprotected from future storm surges. Waves and winds can slowly carry away beach sand, shrinking scenic beaches and exposing human infrastructure to tides and storms. South Carolina, Virginia, Louisiana, and Texas beaches have lost the yearly shoreline and recedes by over 2 meters. Over the last century, coastal erosion estimates for much of the country are expected to increase the incoming decades. Many states have shifted toward non-structural shoreline stabilization techniques. Unlike structural projects, nature-based or green infrastructure protection measures enhance the natural ability of shorelines to absorb and dissipate storm energy without interfering with natural coastal processes. One common strategy for dealing with coastal erosion is beach nourishment, placing additional sand on the beach to serve as a buffer against erosion or to enhance the recreational value of the beach. However, beach nourishment has also become a controversial shore protection measure, in part because it has the potential to adversely impact a variety of natural resources. Wildfires. Climate change, including increased heat, extended drought, and a thirsty atmosphere, has been a key driver to increasing the risk and extent of wildfires in the western United States during the last 2 decades. Wildfires require the alignment of a few factors, including temperature, humidity, and the lack of moisture in fuels, such as trees, shrubs, grasses, and forest debris. All these factors have a strong direct or indirect ties to climate variability and climate change. How does climate change impact landscapes on a regional scale? Changes in Earth's climate have different effects in different areas of the world. Some places will warm much more than others. Some regions will receive more rainfall, while others are exposed to more frequent droughts. Regional changes in temperature and precipitation are having impacts on people and ecosystems. Animals that are not able to tolerate climate change, are not able to move into new areas, are threatened by extinction. The separation of the land masses changed the flow of ocean currents and winds, which affected the climate. The drift of this continent continues even today. The Himalayan range is rising by about 1 millimeter every year because the Indian mass is moving towards the Asian landmass, slowly but steadily. Hurricane-prone regions. Climate change is worsening hurricane impacts on the United States by increasing the intensity and decreasing the speed which they travel. Scientists are currently uncertain whether there will be a change in the number of hurricanes, but they are certain that the intensity and severity of hurricanes will continue to increase. These trends result in hurricanes being far more costly in terms of physical damage and death. To avoid the worst impacts moving forward, communities in both coastal and inland areas need to become more resilient. The polar regions. The effects of climate change are not the same in all parts of the world. While global average temperatures has risen 1.8 Fahrenheit above the 1950 to 1980 average, our planet's polar regions are experiencing warming at a faster rate than the other places. The Arctic is warming twice as fast as other parts of the world. In less than half a century, from 1971 to 2019, the Arctic's average annual temperature rose by 5.6 Fahrenheit. The warmer temperatures are having impacts in the Arctic region. Sea ice is melting, frozen ground is thawing, and habitats are shrinking for wildlife that rely on cold temperatures.